going on, everybody? Happy Friday here from POV and a pair of OGs here on a Friday afternoon. Per usual with our pay-per-views here that happened in the Schmoedown. A little busy on our end, but Jill's still at work, and that's why she's not able to make it today. And Molly is currently talking everything in the world of Star Wars, and so she is over there right now. And so it's Brian and I holding down the fort for just today. But they will be back next week and better than ever. So, and again, pay-per-views happen once a month, if that. And so you'll only see
You'll see them this weekend.
Well, yeah, and we'll plug that at the end of the show. I forgot about it for a second. I was like, what are you talking about? So we are here today to quickly react, hang out, and watch the match between Final Exam and Tom and Paul. Because of the pay-per-view that's starting at 5 o'clock here in about 45 minutes, so we're actually going to go pretty quick on this one. We're going to watch the promo, watch the match like usual, but we won't be watching the pre-show interviews and the post-show interviews just because we want to make sure we're off the air by the time the pay-per-view starts, so all of you guys can head over there and watch that because we want to make sure all eyes are on that as much as possible. And so, yeah, let's get into this, Brian. Final Exam and Tom and Paul. Look, I mean, two teams that have played opposite this year, if you will. One team did very well. One team has struggled a little bit. But we have to remember that the four of these guys were all number one picks. They were all number one picks. Their teams were. And so it's a pretty big deal. I mean, it's a match of number one picks in the first round of the team's tournament. So who you got on this one, sir?
I am going to go against the Den and pick Final Exam.
Yeah, I'm going with them too. I really like what Paul and Lon have together. And as much as I hate saying it, I don't think that Tom and Paul have the chemistry that they thought they would. Yeah.
For me, it's just a matter of if Lon has a good game or not, which a
lot of that relies. I mean, a lot of it relies on that.
Yeah,
it's what happened in the singles tournament. Look what happened with him not playing well. So,
yeah, I'm curious because they have Paul and Tom haven't won a match together. Oh, Brian just put it up Paul hasn't won a match this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very curious how this one goes. But I think I'm going to go with Final Exam on this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Den desperately needs the points. They haven't gotten points in a while. They got some points from Tom in the tournament, but then he was
Swag needs these points.
And as I was going to say, to be able to contend through the rest of the year, Final Exam needs to make damage. There's no other way around it. They need to do damage in the tournament to set themselves up for spectacular to have any kind of shot at reaching corruption and what they're able to do. So. Yeah, let's get into this bad boy. I mean, Final Exam, Tom and Paul. Let's react, watch the promo, and have some fun with this. Everybody in the chat, make sure you're letting us know who you think is going to win if you haven't watched it already. And then, as always, thank you guys for joining us. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is our first team match of the season. 32 points is nothing to scoff at all.
Me and the league, it's wheel spins, it's technicalities, it's challenges, it's things like that. You come at me with trivia, I'll give you a game. I'm going to have to head back out to the desert.
Desert, okay.
Love that logo.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Oh, it might seem a little different. I just got back from the desert. Spent most of my time after my singles tournament match out in Death Valley. Current belt holders, recent ones, they tend to suppress their personalities. And so when I was in the hut out in Death Valley...
What's up with the cancel Brian?
Listen,
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I got to tell you, I bored.
What happened?
Don't worry about it.
I hope this strategy works.
Everybody in the chat, let me know why you're canceling Brian.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
But they haven't had much to be prideful about in a while.
Miss us? Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, thank goodness Paul doesn't just have the mustache.
That's not the case anymore, but it's time to go.
Yeah, a little something on his chin, too.
Which is a little weird because I thought we had already competed and then won the team's tournament and collected the prize money, which I have been spending.
You guys have had a hell of a run. You're 3-1 right now. With that being said, the team's tournament is still around the corner. We got to make some decisions. But I mean, like the way you guys are rolling, I'll tell you right now, this is the last tournament before the season's out. what, month away from spectacular. Tom and Paul, they know their movie trivia, but it's over. It's time for your final exam.
There has just been something about the pairing of Tom and Paul that really hasn't worked for me from the get-go, really.
Hey, Gio.
Hi,
Popping in,
Gio.
man.
Yeah, okay. This is Paul. Remember you guys played that match earlier in the year before the virus came?
Why does
Remember
he have face windows?
You know what, Paul? I don't think this is gonna. Let me try something else. Hey, Tom, it's Video Drew. She's a little less strange now. It's
Video
more
Drew
like
doesn't have face windows.
it's photographed Drew.
Tom and Paul. It is weird that Paul is going to be on both teams at the same time, but I guess, that dude's smart.
The thing is, I've beaten Tom in teams before. I've played in a bunch of
God,
matches
I love
with a guy named
new,
Paul this month.
new Paul
So I got a good feeling going
versus
into
old
this.
Paul.
And
Agreed.
So, I think
Imagine if
Tatum
New
will have a
Paul
good
was
day
paired with
and
Zipper.
Probably come out on top. What do you think?
Ooh.
Because they were paired
You're not
last
scary,
time
liar,
they
Paul.
played teams.
So yeah, looking forward to the big match happening in just 6 weeks, right here on the Schmoedown.
Now, luckily
6
this
weeks.
time, I got him locked away in the house. So he
You know
will
what's
be
funny about
ready
that? When he
for the
filmed it, it was probably 6 weeks ago.
match. You
Probably.
leave the door open. I'll be right back, guys.
Hawaii.
Right? It's
So-
always funny.
Did you? So the promo earlier was for Lon. His whole entire thing. He forgot to turn the unmute on.
Brad, it's going to be a scintillating matchup.
Hey,
here
Mr.
today.
Gilmore. Nice
Again,
background.
I'm still not sure.
Yeah,
what the
D-Train,
next
thank
time
you for
after
commenting and
calling
letting us
a
know.
handful of his matches.
We are not going to be
I
watching the
hope Paul
pre or
can
post
wrangle them. I hope
interviews
maybe
strictly
Kate can
because
step
we want to
up
get
and
off the air
they can
before
all
the
be one
pay-per-view
cohesive
starts.
unit if for
So,
no other reason because
we will be
I
staying
feel
away from
like
spoilers, so thank
final
you.
exam is ready to be.
All right, Brian, let's get going.
Answer once we ask you by
Everyone
name.
watching,
You
thank you
show
guys
what
so
you
much
wrote
for
to
hanging
your
out with us
camera.
and
The
joining
time
us.
you verbalize
You
your
guys know the rules by
into the
now.
microphone.
Whiteboard for the
Every
first
point that
round.
you earn
Shout
will
outs
be
in
added
second
to
and
your
third round.
team's total.
And with it
Each
being only
team
Brian and I today,
has
it'll
3
be
usages of the
quite
J
interesting to see what
team
happens.
throughout the duration of the match.
Are we doing
Now, to your other question, Roy, you want to buy yourself
old
another
school
15 seconds?
coin
You want to do
flipping?
old school?
You also each have
It's
one
funny because I
count.
saw
You use it at any
Rachel
point
be like,
throughout
I wonder
the
who
3
remembers
rounds
to bring the
match. Tom,
coin.
we're over
You want to
here,
do old
Bob.
school?
We're over here,
It's up to
and
you.
there we
I
go.
have
old
my
school.
handy dandy.
Let's
It's
do old
challenge
school.
that
Coin
you will
flipper.
initiate, but
We'll do
bring
old
in your
school.
manager to ultimately confirm and ratify that
We'll
that
walk
challenge
you guys through the
is
second round once
right.
we get there
Everybody understands the rules.
to make sure you guys know what the
Ron,
old school way
Paul,
is.
Oyama, y'all feeling good? Ready to go?
So your clock. Let's do this.
And
To say then, let's get ready to Schmoedown.
All right.
yeah, that was I made the right decision. I saved my vocal cords for my karaoke career later on tonight. The first question of the match will be asked by that young man right over there, the Houston Rockets' favorite fan, Brad Gilmore.
I appreciate that timely remark there, Mark. Anyway, here it is. Question number
least didn't
one.
say
In
asterisk.
action adventure,
Right?
in which of the Daniel Craig James Bond films does 007 first face off against the famous villain Blofeld?
Yeah, Rockets a tough out, but I still like the way Russ and James played towards the end. Thought they had a lot.
Yeah,
of
Rachel. The digital coin is
Five,
strictly because Brian doesn't want to
four,
flip the coin.
3, 2,
100%.
1. Pens down. Go to you first, Lon.
I believe the film is Spectre.
That is correct. Does Primetime Polyama have it?
Spectre.
And does Tom?
Spectre.
Took me a
Okay,
second to
and
remember
Paul
it.
Preston.
Spectre.
All right. 4 for 4 on the first question. We move on to your next query, and that's in the world of famous actors and actresses. And here's a question. Which actress appeared in the following films? Selma, A Wrinkle in Time, and The Color Purple. 2-2 early on. And it always amazes me, Brad. Tom doesn't seem to watch a lot of movies, but he knows a lot of facts about them.
Well, you know,
You
I don't really
think?
know a lot about
Oh,
Tom,
no.
and I'm gonna leave it that way.
4, 3, 2. It's probably safe. 1. Pens down. Going to your first, Paul Oyama.
Oprah Winfrey.
Damn it!
That is correct. Does Tom have it?
Damn it!
Oprah Winfrey.
He does. Over to Ryan Harris.
Yep, Oprah Winfrey.
And Paul to close it out.
Oprah Winfrey.
All right. They're feeling it so far.
Everyone remains perfect as we move on to your third
Funny
question
story.
in the
I haven't seen
category
a
of
single one of
dramas.
those movies.
Which MCU
I've seen
actor
one.
stars as real-life defense attorney Brian Stevenson in the 2019 drama Just Mercy?
Brad, are you digging this collar over the jacket look? I feel more powerful with it for some reason.
Well, you know what? If
I
you feel that
it's
way, then that's
literally.
That wasn't a ringing endorsement. 3, 2.
I don't know
1.
why.
Pens down.
I
Tom,
literally
great
don't-
usage of showing
yeah.
us your hands there. And
It's-
now, Tom, what did you
My
have for
hand
the
wouldn't
answer?
write it.
Michael B. Jordan.
Really correct. I'm really impressed with his gamesmanship so far. Go to
Damn
Paul
it.
Oyama.
I could be
Shout out
at
to the
3
Equal
to 2
Justice
on you.
Initiative. Michael B. Jordan.
That is correct. Does Paul Preston have it?
Michael B. Jordan.
And Lon Harris to close us out.
I also have Michael B. Jordan.
And you are also correct.
My brain was
All
going.
right, buddy.
It's
You're
not
perfect
Jamie
in the early
Foxx.
goings, Mark.
It's not Jamie
That's right. They're
Foxx.
making our job easy, Brad. It's the next category is crime movies. And that question, what is the name of the 1984 crime epic starring Robert De Niro, who was also Sergio Leone's final film as a director? I'm going to go way back to the wacky world of 1984.
I have. I don't know if
Writing
it's
down
the
our
right
answer.
movie though.
Juan is being
I
very
have no
studious.
idea.
5, 4,
Yeah,
3,
I got nothing.
2, 1. And we go to Paul Preston first for your answer.
Once Upon a Time in America.
That was the film in question.
That's
Does
not
Lon
what I
Harris
have.
have it?
Yes, he does. Once Upon a Time in America.
Tom kind of looks like that creature from Pan's Labyrinth.
Once Upon a Time in America.
That is correct. And does primetime Paul Oyama keep
Once Upon a Time in America.
perfect game going, Brad?
All right, here we go. Question number 5.
Leo's
We're going through
perfect
this
so
quick.
far.
No one has
Thank
made
you,
a miss
Leo.
so
Good
far.
job.
Let's see if they can continue this streak of
You're
success.
doing the Lord's
In the
work.
category of fantasy sci-fi, you'll find the Mariner, a lone drifter in a world where every continent on Earth is now underwater, in what 1995 post-apocalyptic adventure film?
Brad, if I'm trying to get you to see a movie, what's going to sell you more? If I say post-apocalyptic or dystopian future?
Well, maybe if you said the
I-
first one with ease, that could sell it.
I
for
think-
me.
Didn't we just hear this question?
It was in our-
More than me.
It was in our Patreon reaction.
Always
Yeah.
internet connection. Great.
Dystopia.
Waterworld.
Because I still don't know what that means.
Hands down, and we go to Lon Harris, the delinquent. Does he have it?
The film's
It was
Waterworld.
the same question that was
Classic.
worded differently.
It's
Yeah.
Waterworld. Lon, please tell me you've never peed into a filter and then drank it. Go to
I was thinking to myself, I go,
Paul
Where did I
Preston, and
hear
that
this?
got
Did-
worse fast.
I was like, did we just hear this in the
Waterworld.
last match?
And Paul Oyama, do you have it?
Waterworld.
And Tom, keeping this post-apocalyptic theme going.
Waterworld.
He had it. I nailed the pronunciation on the second time. The internet worked better, and we move on to the next
I
question,
honestly,
which is,
yeah, I'm
thankfully,
kicking
in
myself
the world
for that
of
one. I knew
comedy.
it. I just
Ha!
I thought we had
All right. Somebody get Tom front row tickets to a comedy club, and we're allowed back in them.
Ah!
Who wrote, starred in, and directed 1981's History of the World, Part 1? Sounds like a textbook you would get in like when you're in third grade. Like, here's the history of the world, just Part 1.
the only actor I can think of that could do that at that time, in my mind, is wrong. Guarantee it.
2,
Clint
1.
Eastwood.
Pens
Let's
down.
put Jim
Tom,
Carrey
we
there
are going to
now.
ask for your answer first.
Mel Brooks.
Ah,
It is, in fact.
that
Mel
makes
Brooks
sense.
That
to Paul Oyama. Did you have
Might be
it?
a lot of chapters about 2020 in that book. Mel Brooks.
A couple more volumes at least. Does Paul Preston have it?
Mel Brooks.
He certainly does. The delinquent.
Yeah, Hail Scroob. The answer is Mel Brooks.
I love
Okay.
the
I don't know
chat
how he gets
sometimes
those
when
VHSs or where he watches
when you know
them,
the
but
answer,
Delinquent
you
is
write
a
it down.
fan of Mel
Well, when you
Brooks.
don't know it, those people who
Secret
don't know it
laser
are just
disguised me as we
MIA.
move on
Yep.
to question number 7 in the category of horror/thriller.
Yes, I'm calling
No
you
sound
guys
effect
out.
for that one? That's okay.
Ha!
DJ Caruso directed Shia LaBeouf and Michelle Monaghan in
Ah,
what
love this
2008
movie.
espionage action thriller about a rogue supercomputer trying to take out America's executive branch.
Love
Yeah.
this movie.
I didn't plot it out that way, but that question was a
So
mouthful.
underrated. Shia's early work.
That was
Right.
quite a bit. That was
I
quite a
am-
bit. I was hoping I didn't have any internet disruptions.
I'm Floyd Mayweather, and you. I'm just trying to wear you out. as
I
an
can't
announcer.
even think of.
Make you do the intros, all that stuff.
I know this isn't right,
Four.
but I just
3, 2,
Eagle
1.
Eye.
Pens down. Does
I put
primetime Paul
Disturbia,
Oyama
and I
have
know
the
that's not
answer?
right.
Classic film. Eagle Eye.
It is. On the theaters at ArcLight. Does Paul Preston have the answer?
Eagle Eye.
He does as well. Let's go over to the delinquent.
Also features a memorable supporting performance from Turtle from Entourage. It's Eagle Eye.
Oh my
That'll
God, he's in
play
there.
in
He
some
is right.
circles. And Tom.
Wow.
State of Fear.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
Tom is
First
the
miss of
first
the game.
one. Yeah, we almost had
Wow.
4 perfect rounds there. We could still have 3 perfect rounds. Whoever has a perfect round number 1 is going to be asked a bonus question that is also worth a point. And to decide that, we're going to go to
Brian, have you seen this
animated category, which also happens
Yeah, I
to
own
be
it.
the last question in round
I
number 1.
love that movie.
That's such a good movie.
What 2011 animated film reunited the Pirates of the Caribbean director Gore Verbinski with Johnny Depp?
Really love that first Pirates. Really hit that one out before.
What?
I remember falling in love with it.
Johnny
I don't think
Depp
I've
and-
revisited it since I saw it in the theater.
I have no.
Rewatch.
I have no clue. I'm blanking.
2,
I got nothing.
1, pens down.
Is it
Paul
Rango?
Preston. Did you have
Oh, you're right.
Rango.
it? First round
Yes.
for Paul Preston.
You
Let's
are
see
right.
about Primetime Paul Oyama.
He's the best frog sheriff in town, Rango.
I would
I never saw
concur with
Rango.
that statement.
Neither
That's
did
a
I.
perfect round for
Thought
Primetime.
of who would have
Does Tom
Johnny
have
Depp?
I couldn't think of Johnny Depp in anything.
Rango.
Thank God that was a
And
short write.
for
I
another
started writing it
perfect
at 5
round,
seconds.
For the team, does the delinquent Lon Harris have the answer?
He does. It's Rango.
Wow. 3 perfect
Wow.
rounds.
3 perfect rounds.
Who would have thought Tom would not be
I
the
don't
one?
know.
Of them?
You're going to have to
Right?
talk to your esteemed co-host on Schmoedown Rundown, Frankie Numbers, see if we've ever had that happen before, Brad.
Our first team match.
Rachel's
Okay.
coming after
We don't
me
have to
today.
go to Frankie. Frankie,
Well,
stand
thank you,
down.
Paul.
We got Paul numbers right here.
For the bonus question, I am once again going to lean
We're,
on the
we're
voice
writing
of
this one
Brad
down,
Gilman.
Brian.
Yeah, I know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is your bonus question.
There's no ladies. It's
Who
just
plays
gentlemen.
the FBI agent trying to bring down Jordan Belfort in 2013's The Wolf of Wall Street?
I think.
My usual announcing partner, Christian Harloff, loves that movie. Got a framed poster of it in his studio. You that high on the film, Brad?
I love it. I just spoke to Rob Reiner yesterday about the movie. Great movie.
5, 4, and a name drop 3.
Oh, let me pick that up. I'm sorry.
10's down. Going to go to you first, Lon. Did you have it?
Kyle Chandler.
I put his last name
He did.
wrong. Damn it.
Coach, whatever.
What did you
from that
put?
show, Paul
I put
Preston, you have it?
McClanahan, not Chandler.
Kyle
Damn
Chandler.
it.
That is. And
Oh, you know what I'm
Primetime
thinking
Paul
of? I'm
Oyama
thinking
having
of
to
the
steal his
town.
Perfect round.
I knew
Friday
exactly who it was. Friday Night Lights Code.
Yeah.
3 men were asked the bonus.
I don't know
question.
why I
3
wrote down
correct answers,
McClanahan.
and so
It does
now
not
after
make
all
I was
that
thinking
is
of the
settled,
town.
18 to
That-
16.
wow.
Final exam taking
Wow.
a 2-point
What
lead.
a save
Into
point.
round number 2 as we
Save
welcome
point.
back
What
the
a brain
managers.
fart
That
on
is going
my
to be
end.
Winston
Goodness.
and Kay. Excuse me.
Do you want to
Grace.
scream out,
Zero
or do you
one.
want
Round
to?
number 2.
No, let's
It
flip
is
a coin.
the
Let's
wheel
go old school
round,
today.
and today's
What-
wheel
how
is
many-
very
what do you
special
have?
because the
I have
entire
4.
wheel has been
I have 4
sponsored
too.
by our Schmoedown beloved.
Okay,
patron,
so for those of
Jake
you who don't know
Burnham.
what
How about
old
a hand
school
for
is,
Jake Burnham, everybody?
what Brian and I are going to do
Where's
here is
Jake?
we're going to flip a
He
coin.
wanted to sponsor the slice.
And so
Adam.
whoever flips the coin,
Slice.
and I'll defer to Brian today, so he's going to call the coin because I believe I called it last time. If it lands on what he called, he gets to pick the team that he's going to go with, and I get the other team. And then we do steals, we do the whole shebang just like they're doing. And if it lands on what he didn't pick, I pick the team. And so, and we'll walk you guys through it as we get there. But steals still count, stuff like that. And so,
It's basically as if we were a part of the team.
yeah, exactly. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead and call it? You can flip it and call it, sir.
All right, so it's on heads. I'm calling
At that
tails.
point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Why is that
Oh, I have to
beneficial?
tap it, not drag
Because
it.
stealing is available in round number 2. So the way it works in the Lawnmower Man virtual world, we
Tails.
learn, the
Okay.
team not fielding the questions will be
I'm going with
to a separate
Lon and
sleeve, so they may
Paul.
not hear the question.
Or excuse me,
Once we settle
Lon
there's any
and
questions,
yeah,
Lon
and Paul.
Let him
All right.
There's
The-
2 Pauls.
I know. When I said, I was like, wait,
and
how many Pauls are there?
it is a 2-point
Yes,
lead.
John. He's never seen Kill Bill, so that would be amazing.
So for the moment, we're gonna kick
Oh, God, I hope
the
not.
den out, and Tom and Paul Preston are gonna say goodnight for just a sec as the
so
Swaggy
I'm
Blurt
going
is gonna
first?
consult
Crap.
with Lon
I don't
and
like going
Paul
first.
Oyama 60 seconds is the time you have to determine whether you want to spin the
Thank you,
wheel
Kylie.
first or defer to your opponent.
If you are interested in that Q&A, guys, you can join our Patreon.
our Patreon one? Yeah, that was fun.
If you want to get exclusive Q&As from us, as well as retro reactions and watch-alongs, which we're doing a watch-along next week, or no, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. Check out our Patreon. Just check out the tiers, see what interests you the most.
Okay, so
and we would love to have you guys along. It's a lot of fun. Promise you, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you get to ask as many questions as you want, and chaos usually ensues.
Go to the next wheel spin. Go to whenever the next.
Oh,
wheel
I thought they were the ones that were doing it.
No, I think they deferred. There you go. Yeah.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, let's actually not.
So this is my turn. So I'm going.
Spin the wheel. Let's spin this wheel, guys. Okay.
And Brian, you have to hold your steals for when the next.
I'll write it on the side.
Yeah, because that's the way they do it. So let's hold our steals until that team steals them.
It's always
Just
typically
write them down in order or something.
the fate of the match in round 2. What are they going to get?
Historically, that is correct. They have a mulligan. Should they not comedies? And how does that feel?
No. Paul, Tom, how does that feel? I mean, Paul.
There's not a lot on that wheel I like anyway. So
Are there more worse things?
That's a
that
hard
could
wheel.
happen?
That is a hard wheel.
It's a really hard wheel. I need action adventure 2010 is what I need.
Yeah, comedies isn't so bad. Tom, have you ever seen a comedy, buddy?
I don't like it when people smile.
Okay, so does that mean no? You want us to spin away, or
No, we can keep.
No,
we're gonna. I think we're gonna stay at comedies. Sorry, we're gonna stay at comedies.
Why is she
Comedies.
making the decision?
Thank you very much, Grace Kate. And
Well, she
we
asked
will
them
have
both.
Tom and
I
Paul.
bit him in the
about
ass
the
last
6
time.
Questions in the world of comedies.
I hope they're comfortable with it.
Gilmore's sultry tones.
All right, gentlemen, and here you go. 6 questions in the world of comedies that Mark Ellis loves so much. Tom, maybe you don't like smiling, but let's see if you can get through these 6. Here we go. Question number 1. In Sister Act, Dolores goes into the witness protection program at St. Catherine's Parish, which is located in which West Coast city?
San Francisco?
Tom, what do you think here?
I think it's Los Angeles, Paul.
Yeah, that's the easy choice.
Tom's a stand-up guy. Probably has this one correct. Let's go with that. Los Angeles, final answer.
Sorry, that is incorrect. That is
Ooh,
incorrect.
okay, so I said San
That
Francisco.
would not be correct.
I'm writing that down.
That's what I was
So that
thinking,
question
but
will have a
I'll
chance
go
to be
with.
stolen by final exam once they come back in the stream. In the meantime, we move on to
I wrote that
question
down.
number 2 of 6.
It's going to be San
All right,
Francisco.
question number 2.
Is it?
Who starred opposite Anne Hathaway as Penny Rust in
Rebel
the
Wilson.
2019 comedy The Hustle about 2 con women?
Movie's terrible, by the
I'm
way.
pretty sure this one is Rebel Wilson. I'm getting a nod. Rebel Wilson, final answer.
And that is correct for your first 2 points in round number 2. Rebel Wilson did co-star along Anne Hathaway. Moving right along. Your next question.
He's such an announcer.
In Undercover Brother.
Oh my God.
Due to affirmative action, the secret organization Brotherhood brought in a white
Oh
man
my
named Lance
God.
as an intern. Who played
Oh
Lance?
my God. Who played Lance?
Tom, what do you think?
I know that Tuna plays a heavy part in this too. Who played Lance? Oh my God. What's his name?
I think we need multiple choice.
Let's go to
Okay,
multiple
I'm cool
choice.
with that. I'm cool with that.
All right, multiple choice. And your options. Is it A, DJ Qualls?
No.
Is it B, Neil Patrick Harris? Is it C,
Uh-huh.
Casper Van Dien? Or is it D, Lance Bass?
I'm just gonna go Neil Patrick Harris. I don't know the other guys.
I got those names right.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
I don't know who the other guys are.
DJ Qualls. Let's see, got another option.
5.
I agree with Liar Paul.
Let's go with A, DJ Qualls.
That is incorrect. DJ Qualls.
I would be 3 for
incorrect.
3 right now.
So we are
if I would have
1
picked them.
for
God
3
damn
so
it.
far.
Okay,
But
so
don't
I
worry,
wrote
you
that
have
down.
3
That was a
more
1 pointer
questions
for
left.
me.
And here we go. Which actor stars as Popeye in the 1980 film
Robin Williams?
Popeye?
Tom?
Right?
It's Robin Williams.
Tom's
I would
right.
be
Robin
murdering
Williams.
this category. Annihilating.
And you're correct
murdering.
for 2 points. 2
Slaughtering.
points.
Any
As
other
we're 4
word like
questions
that.
in, 2 questions remaining in the
I would
world
have
of
8
comedies.
points.
And your next question. In Being John Malkovich, which famous actor is good friends with John Malkovich and is seen throughout the film?
Don't know this one.
Sheen, Paul.
Say again?
It's Charlie Sheen, Paul.
It's Charlie Sheen, Brad. Final answer.
It is Charlie Sheen.
All right.
That is correct
Okay.
for 2 points. As we get
Do you know that
into
one,
our
Brian?
sixth
That I
and
did
final
not.
question, I believe.
Oh, Casper Van
In
Dien
the
is Star
world
Trek
of comedy.
Troopers. Got it.
And
Okay.
here it is.
Oh, and Lance
In
Bass
what
is in sync.
1990s teen comedy.
Clueless.
Excuse me,
Duh.
what
Oh my
1990s teen
God,
comedy
these were
is known
such
for the line,
layups.
As if.
I would have 10 points.
It's
You knew the last
Clueless, Paul.
No,
It's Clueless,
there's
Brad.
6 questions.
Final answer.
I missed one.
They are not clueless about that one. That is correct for 2 more points for Tom.
God,
Paul
for the
in
love of God,
category
I hope
of
they
comedies,
spin
Mark.
picks.
So I got 6
Okay,
points. I have
well,
3 on
quite
the
a
back
comeback
burner.
there after a few
Got 3 on the
early
back
round
burner.
stumbles, and they see themselves with a 6-point lead. Brad, unconventional though their communication between each other than with us may be, it got the job done, and now they see themselves with a sizable advantage as we are going to bring back final exam. Hopefully the delinquent didn't wander off too far, and once they get back in, they're going to have 2 questions to field that are steal opportunities for a total of 3 points, which could loom large, Brad.
So you went, wait, Brian, you went what?
Absolutely,
5 for 6?
absolutely. I think that if you weren't sure of
Yes.
the answer, multiple choice always a great option to cut down that point total that you could get.
Rachel, they are 2
3 points is
pointers,
a lot.
but if
We've
I
seen
go
that
with a
between
1
so
point
many
multiple
matches
choice
in the
answer, I get the
league,
1
especially in
point.
this
So
team
stand
format.
by. I have
Could
3
be the
points
difference
waiting on the back
between a
burner
TKO
Which
and possibly
are all
losing a point, but
correct
still winning the
for
match.
the
All of that
possible
remains to
steal.
be
And I'll find
seen.
out what the
As
actual
for now,
answer
we
is here in a
bring back
second.
Final
They're all
exam into the
correct.
stream.
Just give yourself
And
3.
gentlemen, before you get your spin at the
I don't know if
wheel,
San
we do
Francisco's
have
right.
challenge
It's right.
questions to
You knew it?
ask you. Excuse me, steal questions to ask you that are somewhat challenging. Brad is going to be asking you your question.
So I currently have 10 points
This
is where
first
I'm
question,
saying.
your opponents elected to not go to multiple choice, and I'll tell you what they attempted as their answer after Brad.
Round 2 is going to be a long one
All
for
right,
Brian.
gentlemen,
Oh,
here's your
no.
opportunity to get some points on the board in round number 2. In Sister Act, Dolores goes into witness protection at St. Catherine's Parish, which is located in what West Coast city?
Your opponents wagered Los Angeles.
It's definitely in California.
Yeah, I was gonna say San Francisco.
It's San Francisco. I can go. Yeah, we can go with San Francisco if you feel good about that.
I mean, do you have another? That
No,
was.
I'm not.
Even
I don't feel
before
too
you said
strong about it.
California, that was my guess.
San Francisco, final answer.
And you're correct for 2 points on the board. Major steal opportunity capitalized by final exam. And
This is why I
gentlemen,
hate
it
the
is not
damn
over.
coin
You have
flip.
one more question.
It's so fun, though.
Of comedies.
For
It was
you.
such a great idea. And I remember Nerd Chronic always
Your
telling us that it's a
opponents
great
did elect
idea.
to go to multiple choice on this one, so I will read the answers, Mark.
Yes, sir. Have at it, Brad. This is worth a point.
In Undercover Brother, due to affirmative action,
This is one of
the
my
secret
favorite
organization
I love this movie. I need to go watch it
brought
again.
in a white
Big goal.
man named Lance as an intern. Who played Lance? And your options are A, DJ Qualls, B, Neil Patrick Harris, C, Casper Van Dien, or D, Lance Bass.
And they said
DJ Qualls A.
I believe, Paul, that this is Casper Van Dien, but I'm not 100% if you have another thought.
I'm not too confident either. So I'll go with you on that. Let's go ahead. Casper Van Dien, C, final answer.
That is incorrect. We were looking for B, Neil Patrick Harris.
All right.
Alger himself, an Undercover Brother.
So Rachel got it right.
And as much as it breaks,
There we go. I got 13 points.
Not get to say yeah, maybe we'll see.
I got
it pop up
13
in a round 3 question, but still,
Good
Brad,
luck,
that's a
Brian.
big 2-point steal, which
I have a
was
feeling
4-point swing.
if I'm gonna
And
guess,
now here's
if
final exam, only trailing
D
by
Train
4,
is saying
as
it's
we
gonna be
bring
a
in their
long
manager,
one,
Winston Marshall, who
I
I'm
have a feeling
sure
it's
has
gonna
been
be
working on himself.
Directors,
Game day motivational
or
speech
maybe
a la
Nora
any
Ephron.
given Sunday. Winston, 60 seconds to talk to your team.
Please do it in an.
The Schmoedown as a player. Who am I kidding? Of course I won't. Let's do this.
I apologize to everybody for initiating that.
What could it be? Historical epics, maybe?
Of the wheel. Tom and Paul are in the green room. They
It's a
will
chance,
have
man.
to
It's
see
a
what
chance of the
category
coin
it's
flip.
Spun round and round it goes. Jake
Oh.
Burns' wheel lands
Oh.
on Amy Adams. All right. 60 seconds to decide if you want to go with Amy
Festival
Adams.
Darlings might kill me too.
Gentlemen, she's a great actress. What do you
How do you
think?
feel about Amy Adams?
Not great.
I'm not sure. I kind of. What do you think, Lonnie?
I would probably spin again if it were up to me.
You both sound hesitant.
Because
We can spin again. We can spin again.
The only thing you want on there is Pixar.
Pixar, yeah.
It's the only thing you want on there.
That 12 would be ideal.
Or 2010.
And apparently comedies.
Oh, maybe
Don't
Atlanta's
say the
Festival
word
Darlings.
before you spin. My goodness.
We're going to go ahead
All right,
and
gonna
spin
spin again. Big bucks, no whammies. They're requesting.
Uh-oh, let's find out what Brian's going to get.
We don't
Let's
have any
make it
control
deal.
over the wheel stopping or whammy.
Yep. Oh! Oh!
Oh, Black Jesus.
So close to spinner's choice, but it is
Festival Darlings.
Festival Darlings. And so Winston is going to go back to the green room and practice probably a Robert De Niro impression for round number 3, as we are going to
Make sure they're out, by the way.
Tom and Paul going into the stream. And once they do, I'll begin the questioning in the category of Festival Darlings. Kate Grace is allowed to stay
Good luck,
in
Brian.
as long as she.
Oh, great. The ad's going
What it
to
do
let
is
me
the baby,
drown in my
and this is
miseries
the
for a
dog.
little bit
So
longer.
they don't be talking to you about identifying.
For
what
10
it is you wanna do
seconds,
with your
they're
life,
going to...
following
I can't
your
even
dreams,
skip the damn
and
ad.
eliminate all distractions.
Let's see how many steals I can get.
She keeps.
Hopefully
her
it's like
hands
a
where we can see.
MCU festival.
What are the
darling.
odds that this category would come up yet again in Tom and Paul's second match of the season? We know what happened the first time around. Just sweet irony, I guess.
What happened
And
the
it's
first time we
really-
win?
It's not how the game works. You've played the game multiple years now, Blonde.
First time hearing about it.
Hey, if
Your first
Bo-Katan's
question
going to
up
save
next.
me, then...
Which singer has the role of Nurse McFadden that is kind to Precious throughout the film Precious?
Oprah. I don't know.
This is.
I believe it's Mariah Carey.
Are you sure it's not Lenny Kravitz? I think it's Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz is in that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Feature Mariah Carey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
you're
believe
right.
so.
You're right.
Lenny Kravitz, final answer.
See that pic of him? He's still got great abs. That is correct for 2 points.
I've actually seen that movie, too. It's
I
a
haven't.
long
I
time ago.
was writing down Jennifer Hudson.
Good looking dude.
That cuts the
family,
lead to 2.
Great genes.
Also
They
has the
can
most
tie.
Jewish name of any person. Lenny Kravitz. Wow.
All right. Are we going to go the way of this
Yeah,
man?
we're good.
Getting the next question in. Which actress plays Stephanie Ramzinski, the estranged daughter of Randy the Ram Robinson in The Wrestler?
Evan Rachel Wood.
Correct.
Oh, I
Evan
love
Rachel
her.
Wood, final answer.
Same.
Brad Gilmore, we have us a tied ball game,
Wow.
and 4 questions remain
Wow.
in the category of Festival Darlings for final exam. Here's your next one. Gentlemen, which 1993 awards favorite film tells the story of 22 principal characters and included actors such as Andy McDowell, Robert Downey Jr., and Huey Lewis within 9 short stories?
Shortcuts?
Yep. That was good.
Yeah, Robert Alman's Shortcuts.
Kylie,
Shortcuts, final
stay
answer.
tuned after the match. We're going to
And
actually
now they
talk
have a
about it before we
2-point
go off
lead,
the air.
Brad. This
Hold on.
engine is
Kylie, if
chewing,
you're
and
looking
it
for
appears to
us,
be
we
warmed
come on
up.
at 2 o'clock
Anything with Huey
Eastern
Lewis
time.
in it gets my
Yeah,
score.
we'll talk about it here shortly. I have the official schedule I can show
He
you.
reads the news. That's why he reads the news.
And we are working for a living here as we get to the 4th question in this category, Festival Darlings. Who stars as Oscar Grant III
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
in Fruitvale Station?
Michael B. Jordan.
Ha!
Michael
I
B.
got one.
Jordan, final answer.
Extending their lead to 4 points with 2 questions left.
Wow.
I'm from the Bay Area, so I should
They're
know
digging
that.
a hole for Tom and Paul at this point in the match.
They certainly are, and we talked about that.
Yeah, they can go up.
B. Jordan bit me in the ass the first time, not second time.
They could go up by 8 points by the end of this
round.
round.
Right now, we're at the penultimate question in Festival Darlings, and it
That
is
is a very good
who
movie,
directed
though.
Javier Bardem and Johnny Depp in the film Before Night Falls?
I'm vaguely aware of this movie, but I don't think I know who directed it, offhand at least.
Yeah, I feel like this is a time to go to multiple. And
Let's
maybe
go to
we'll have a shot at it.
multiple choice.
Yeah, I have a few guesses, but they're
Multiple
pure
choice
guesses.
to do?
Yeah.
All right. And your options, allow me to read all the options before you wager a guess for a point. Is it A, Julian Schnabel, B, Sally Potter,
What's a real name?
C, Jeremy Levin, or D, Rand Ravitch?
Julian Schnabel was the only one of those that was also maybe one of my guesses. So I'd probably
Okay,
go
yeah,
with that.
just he did Basquiat. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
let's go. Julian Schnabel, final answer.
Hey, Julian.
It's a wise move to go to multiple choice because it earned you a point.
Yeah, I'm not even
We
going
are
to guess. 'Cause
29,
all those names
24
sounded
for
fake.
final exam, Mark.
That's right. And your final question. Festival Darlings. For 2 more points. Who plays the female version of the extraterrestrial who preys on men in Scotland in 2013's Under the Skin?
Incredible movie. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Damn it.
Scarlett Johansson.
Of course,
final
Jake
answer.
knows the Scarlett Johansson movie.
And that final answer.
I could not get through that movie. It's freaking weird.
It was Brad
It is
Gilmore's
weird.
final
I've been meaning to watch it
exam.
eventually,
No
but
steal
man, is it
opportunity
weird.
left on the table for Tom and Paul. Instead, they're going to
Well,
return to this
I'm
game
at 6.
facing a 7-point deficit going into round number 3. What do you make of what we just saw?
Yeah, I have 13.
Him avenging
So-
and maybe atoning for some of those Festival Darling demons.
Yeah, Festival Darlings is a category that has caused Tom.
For the
Go ahead and
5-point
skip
question,
as you
there's
see
no
the managers
stealing,
leave,
and
Brian,
there's no
because we are
penalty for
cutting
missing
short on
a
time.
question in round number 3.
Yeah,
So
right
final
there.
exam, enjoying a 7-point lead, Brad.
Keep
Gilmore.
going, keep
They're
going.
gonna give us their 3 lucky numbers first. Gentlemen, from 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
I'm going to go ahead and go 19,
Right there.
7, and 15.
Solid 5 minutes. We got to shave off there.
All right, Tom will be taking the 2-point question.
All right, this is shout outs.
Category of 1990.
This is shout outs.
Tom, which actor has roles in the following 1990s films? The Insider, The Quick and the Dead, and L.A.
Russell
Confidential.
Crowe?
Russell Crowe.
That is correct for 2 points. A much needed 2 points by Tom for Tom and Paul.
That was pretty big. Yeah, that's what they needed to get off to a good start.
Brian, you gotta watch
They
LA
find themselves
Confidential,
trailing by
man.
5. Brad, what was their next number?
Their next number they
Add to
selected
the list.
was number 3, and that corresponds to the category of directors.
Ugh.
And your 3-point question.
Behind the camera.
Let us see. For Mr. Paul Preston, here's
So
your
we gotta hit
3-point
all
question
3
in
questions
the
here.
category of directors. Who directed the classic films Mr. Deeds Goes to Town and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
Frank Capra.
Wow.
Correct. For 3
All right.
5 points so far.
Life on the line here.
They're still down by 2, Mark, but they're doing exactly what they need to.
They are, and they have a chance
wanna
to
see them
take the
fight.
lead
That's all- I just wanna
and
see them fight it out.
TKO and force some pressure on final exam shoulders if they can get this last question. This is the 5-pointer. Reminder, gentlemen, you may confer before you wage your answer for this last one. Brad, what number did they select?
They selected number 4, which corresponds to the category of dramas. Gentlemen, here it is. Your 5-point question in which you both can confer. Who plays Warden Drumgool in 1989?
No idea.
I was
Lockup?
being born.
I wasn't born.
Tom, I got a guess there that it's Lou Gossett Jr. That is a total guess.
Your guess, Paul.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's go with your guess, Paul.
Go with my guess.
Two.
Let's take a JTE. Talk it out a little more.
All right, in the category of
Don't
drama.
second guess yourself, man. Come on. Go with your gut feeling.
1989's Lockup.
How do you feel about that, Tom? Do you have any idea? Or am I just winging it here?
I think it's a Stallone movie.
That is correct. Oh, but that's no points.
4.
You use all your
I'm going to
repeats.
go with Lou Gossett Jr. Final answer.
Oh.
And your winner by way of technical knockout.
Oh, TKO's big. TKO's big.
Exam live.
Oh, Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland.
Congratulations, gentlemen. The answer was Donald
I haven't heard the
Sutherland.
swag theme song in a while.
Sutherland played the
Yes, D-Train. They get 3 points.
movie that
They get
I
3
have
points.
yet to see or even
Big.
hear of, but here
Oh,
they
4
are
points. Excuse me.
with a
Thank you,
big
Leo.
victory
I forget about the TKO rule. 3 points for a normal victory.
Hold on, let me start.
Hey,
TKO
Taco's in the
How
background.
does it feel?
Say it again?
To
Oh.
maybe
Taco's
emerge
on
a little
Paul's
bit more from
shoulder
your
in the
delinquency,
background.
step up, get some big questions.
Yeah, thanks,
and
Rachel.
Pull your life together as well as getting a big win in this tournament.
Listen, I mean,
Taco.
I'm on a new team. It's a new year.
All right. Well, we're gonna end the
start out
video,
on a fresh
the
foot.
watch here, because we want to make sure we have enough time to discuss some things. But final exam, getting a big victory there, which is huge for Swag. Swag's close up on the points, and they get some well-needed points there. We both picked them, so not surprised. I am a little bummed that Tom and Paul couldn't put up a little bit more of a fight, but they fought as long as they could until the end, and it's just unfortunate that team didn't work out as good as we thought it would at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, not Paul's year.
No, 0-3, yeah.
Didn't win a single match the whole entire year, which I'm curious if that hurts his draft stock a little bit.
I think there's a manager out there that probably sees
I don't think he's going to go first round anymore.
No. I don't think he'll go first round. No.
Maybe second, maybe third. Third would be pretty far drop. Yeah. But hey, this breathes life into Swag and their goal of winning the whatever it is at the end of the year.
The faction belt. We'll just say the faction belt.
Faction belt trophy.
We don't know what the prize is, but there's a prize. We know that there's something.
The faction goodie bag at the end of the year. But it keeps them in. And D-Train, you are very much right. Makuga playing tonight could make their points jump up a little more because he is a Swag faction mate. So, actually, to be honest, Dewberry's corruption too. So, I mean, whoever wins those points is giving themselves either a nudge up or nudge closer of, I don't know where specifically, but
corruption's in first and Swag's in second.
No, I know, but how far the points
the difference.
So we could see a shift of first place today. We could see a tie, or it could just be close. I'm not 100% sure the points right off the top of my head, but it's very much it may be a fun match, but it is very much a importance for the faction.
Pivotal. It's very pivotal.
Yeah.
It's great match. Final exam proved that they're a team to be messed with. I mean, not having to answer a third round question is pretty impressive, and they put a big lead up on Tom and Paul. You had asked the question whether it hurts Paul's draft stock. I think it hurts Tom's draft stock more than Paul's.
That too.
He hasn't, and someone had put it in the chat. I do think that Paul played better than Tom in this match. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens when the draft does come, where these players land, because I can probably guarantee that they're not going to be part of the den. They're probably going to want something a little bit different. So we'll see what happens. But final exam moves on, and they're going to be playing the winner of the Witching Power or Founding Fathers. And so that'll be very, very interesting to see what happens there. And then next week's matches are Deception and what's the usual suspects in Lethal Weapons, and then Founding Fathers and Witching Power. So we get those two matches next week, which will be very, very exciting. But
whatever
until we
this
get
is.
Yes. So on the top left, final exam moves on. The Odd Couple moved on yesterday, which you can see. So they have moved on, and then we get those bottom two matches this upcoming week, and so we'll see the semifinals here next week, which is going to be very, very soon, which is going to be a lot of fun. But until that happens, and before all that happens, we have something really cool happening this weekend, guys. Really, really cool happening. We have this bad boy happening this weekend. We are lucky enough and honored here at POV to be taking part in the Smash-a-thon alongside everyone in this community, which is after shows, personalities, so managers and players, and just people who are very close to Kevin Smets. It's going to be a really, really good time. We are celebrating and honoring and supporting Kevin Smets the best way we can. And we are doing I think it's up to a 28-hour stream now, 28 hours. Every donation that is put in, whether it's a cent, $1, $100, whatever it is, it's going straight to Kevin Smets. So if you guys are around, if you're available, and you feel like you can do something and you have the space, please be so kind and support Kevin Smets. This is all for him. If you aren't going to be around, just leave it on your computer somewhere. Just give us the views. That way everybody can see all the views that are being possible and being put up there. As far as what the schedule looks like, here's the official schedule. So we'll run through this because we do have a few minutes here. So we're starting out tomorrow at 3 p.m. PT. So that means 6 p.m. Eastern. We got the happy hour opening with Sean, Sean Soley, he put it all together, and he's going to be joined by Frank Janish, Mark Ellis, and John Roca to start it out. Then at 4 o'clock, we have a Schmoedown with Chance Ellison versus Robert Parker, and Mara Knopic is hosting / judging with Alex. And then the movie guys step in the action guys, step in at 6 o'clock. So Andrew and Ben Bateman alongside Brad and Jen. So the coming up next fam is going to be jumping up in the action guys. 7 o'clock, we got the Cinefanatics. So, Chris and Robert are going to be stepping in with Adam Witt and Andres Gallego. Going to be super, super fun there. Then 8 o'clock, the Gucci-verse steps in. So you got Bobby Gucci and John Kaiser with Lando, and Josh McCouga is their special guest. Stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be wild. 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So that'll be 1 a.m. Eastern time. Janine the Machine on her Machine Mondays, technically Machine Saturdays, and she'll be joined by Frank Janis, Brianne Chandler, and Abby Friel. And then 11 o'clock tomorrow night, the Ultimate Schmoedown Show with John Barr, Boggs, and Colin Morris will be stepping in as well for some late night stuff. 12 o'clock, Video Drew and Nerd Chronic with Lon Harris in Live in the Dark. Perfect slot for them. Just absolutely perfect slot for them. 2 a.m. is Let's Get Ready to Talk Schmoedown's Star Wars show, The Holocron, which will be hosted by Bador and Justin Hamilton. Myself, Paul Denuzio, and Kelsey Kirkland will be jumping in for that one, and we'll be talking Star Wars. And again, on that one, you guys may have saw it on Twitter, but it's a straight question show. We're not going to be anything topic-wise. We're just taking your guys' questions. And so if you guys have Star Wars questions, tweet them out. Go find the tweet. I put it up on my Twitter, and Bador put it up on hers as well as the rest of them. Go reply and give us some Star Wars questions, any questions you guys may have. And then from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. is a game night. I'll be co-hosting with Bador for about the first hour or so. I know Brian's going to be popping in there as well at some point to play some games in the middle of the night. And so that 3 a.m., so 6 a.m. Eastern there. And then 7 a.m. Pacific, the Schmoes of the North will be stepping in for their show, followed by Mount Schmoedown with Brandon Buckingham, Ryan Payne, and Ben Rayner at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. Pacific is Sunday Unwind. So the PJ Campbell Network, PJ and Maxwell, with some special guests. There's going to be a lot of guests popping in that one, so you're not going to miss that one. And then 11 o'clock Pacific is our show. And it'll be the four of us alongside Eric Zipper. And we're going to be reacting to the championship match that happened between Dan Murrell, John Roca, Alex Damon, and Kevin Smets earlier this year. It was the exhibition match that started the year off, and it was released publicly. And so we're going to be reacting to that match for our show. And that will be followed by Chill to Action with Danny and Paul. And then John Kaiser will be part of that one as well. And stay tuned for that one because there might actually be a special guest for that one. And then 3 p.m. will be the movie guys with Paul and Adam, which will no doubt have a lot of fun. And then followed out by Family Feud, which will be hosted by Maxwell from the PJ Campbell Network and Rachel Cushing. And participants include Mike Kalinowski, Robert Parker, Alex Damon, Chance Ellison, Laura Kelly, and Brandon Hanna. Now that is a family food.
That's going to be wild.
That's going to be crazy. And then to close out the show, everybody's going to be popping in at 5 o'clock on Sunday evening. So you'll see a lot of faces kind of popping in and out for an hour or two. And we're just going to be talking Kevin Smets to finish off the stream. And again, guys, all of donations go straight to Kevin Smets. And we are super honored and excited to do it. Rachel did put it in the chat. It's taking place on this specific YouTube channel. It's called
Rachel.
It's called the Smashathon or Smetathon, one or the other.
Smash-A.
So yeah, so the Smashathon YouTube channel. You can go ahead and go. There's over 100 subscribers already. If you're not already, go subscribe. That's where it's going to be held. We're not going to be putting it on any of our personal channels. There might be something a little bit later on where we clip out our specific segments and put them on our channels. But as of right now, we're doing it that way. every single donation that is made is going straight to Kevin, and this is the best way possible. And so stay tuned for everything, guys. Don't just join us for our show. Join us for everything. All our faces are going to be popping in a lot of different stuff, and we're super excited and honored to be a part of this. So, Brian, I mean, you excited for this, man?
Yeah, my sleep schedule isn't, but it's
let's
totally
not get
worth
started
it.
on that one.
Totally worth it. It's going to be fun. Just because people's names are on there does not mean that they won't be showing up all over the place. I can guarantee you that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be a blast. Can't wait for it.
Yeah. So if you're around, mark out some time. Join us. Starts 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening. And it's going to go all through until Sunday at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Pacific, till 10 o'clock Eastern. It's a whopping stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I know Brian just asked us before we jump off, Brian, let's get our predictions in for this pay-per-view because it is starting here right now. Who do you got in the undercard and who do you got in the Civil War?
My brain tells me Jen Kemp. My heart tells me Video Drew. For the championship, for the Wild Berries. Well, not the Wild Berries. For that match at the end, I think Dewberry's going to win.
I got Jen Camp and I got Makuga. Makuga's going to pull it out. He's going to do it. He's going to pull some luck out of his ass. He's going to do it. But I'm kind of starting to get scared of Jen Camp a little bit. Her promos have been really good.
Yeah, she's a force.
Yeah, so I think that she's going to be someone to reckon with for sure. She's just starting up in this league, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Well, to everyone watching, whether it's live on the replay, thank you so much for hanging out with Brian and I. We try to wrap it up as quickly as we possibly can. If you have the option and availability, go over to the pay-per-view right now and go support that stream because we will be doing the same. And then join us tomorrow. We're excited. We hope to see everybody in the comments. We'll be in the comments if we're not on screen, and then we'll be on screen at our specific times as well as possible other places too. So for Brian, for myself, we are a Certain Point of View, and hopefully we'll see you guys this weekend. Thanks, guys.